You slept last night, maybe even 8 hours, but you woke up exhausted again. And if you're anything like me, you didn't think, I need more rest. You thought, what's wrong with me? Why am I so tired? Because you're doing everything right. You're trying to take care of yourself. Yet you wake up feeling like you're already behind before your feet even hit the floor. You're feeling depleted and wondering, what can I do? I'm Stephanie. I'm 51, post-menopausal, and I understand what you're feeling. I've been living like this and feeling this exhaustion for longer than I like to admit. Today, I want to talk about something that genuinely helped me start to look at my own exhaustion differently. Because once I got this, I started to think differently about how exhausted I felt and what I could do about it. At some point, I hit a wall. And I don't mean a bad week or a stressful month. I mean a deep, cellular, down in my bones, kind of tired. I couldn't shake the exhaustion. I was post-menopausal and silently terrified that this is how I was going to feel. And this is all I had to look forward to now, was this feeling of exhaustion. What made it even harder was from the outside, I looked fine. I was showing up. I was taking care of everything, being there for my family, my community, doing all the things. Yet inside, I was exhausted. It took me a while to realize that what I was experiencing wasn't just aging. It was the compounded effect of years of giving and giving of myself, never looking after myself, and my nervous system was overwhelmed and overloaded. That, coupled with the shifts from the hormonal shifts from menopause, and I was exhausted. That's what this channel is going to be about. And that's what I'm here to talk to you a little bit about today. Here's the first thing I want you to understand. Exhaustion isn't one thing. And that's why one solution, more sleep, will never fix it on its own. The first is physical exhaustion. Your body is genuinely tired. Your muscles, your cells, your adrenals. Sleep and rest can help with this, but only if the other layers are also being addressed. The second is mental exhaustion. The relentless mental load that women carry, the planning, the remembering, the organizing. This doesn't switch off when you close your eyes. You can sleep for 9 hours while your mind has been running the entire time. The third is emotional exhaustion. Decades of holding space for children, partners, maybe even aging parents, co-workers and friends. Often when there's no one there holding space for you, that accumulates. It lives in the body. And the fourth, the one I think is most common and least talked about in midlife women, is what I call soul exhaustion. That quiet, persistent feeling that somewhere along the way you lost track of yourself, that you've been living for everyone else's story, and you're not sure what your story even is anymore. Maybe even before. Post-menopause can bring this into sharp focus. When the hormonal fog lifts, When the career milestone is passed, the children are grown. As you're starting to head towards that phase, many women ask themselves, who am I? And that question, as important as it is also profoundly exhausting to sit with. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about something that I discovered that made a difference in how I looked at my own exhaustion. Once I got this, made a big difference in how I felt about myself and where I am right now in this moment. And I'd like to share that with you today. Now, I specifically want to talk about the menopause piece. I don't think it gets nearly enough discussion when it comes to exhaustion and burnout discussions. During perimenopause and menopause, our estrogen, our progesterone, those same hormones that have given us our energy, helped us to sleep well, helped us to tackle everything that we've been juggling, they start to fluctuate. Sleep starts to dwindle. During perimenopause and menopause, estrogen and progesterone, hormones that play a huge impact in our sleep, our stress response, our mood regulation, and our energy level start to fluctuate and go all over the place. Progesterone in particular has a calming effect on us. When it starts to decline, we find ourselves feeling more anxious, sleeping less, our mood regulation starts to fluctuate. Just that feeling of constantly being on edge, even though life is fine right now. Our bodies don't seem to get it. So, we've established that rest isn't working. But why specifically doesn't rest help? Because most of us have a very narrow idea of what rest actually is. We think rest means doing nothing, lying on the sofa, spending time scrolling through our phones on social media. But a researcher named Sandra Dalton Smith actually identified 7 types of rest that we need. And most of us are only utilizing 1 or 2 of those. There's physical rest, yes, but also social rest, creative rest, mental rest, spiritual rest, and creative rest. Sensory rest means stepping away from our phones, from the screens, noise notifications, the constant stimulation that our bodies are going through these days. Our nervous systems were never designed to process this constant bombardment that we're going through these days. Emotional rest means having at least one space where you don't have to perform. You can just be. Social rest is realizing that some relationships energize you and enrich you, and some drain you and exhaust you. And being honest with yourself about which ones are which and noticing the difference. So when you take a day off, but you spend it scrolling, answering constant emails, constant notifications, dealing with everyone else's demands but your own, you're not actually resting. Your depleted nervous system isn't getting what it's actually asking you for. Which brings me to the final piece. And what has honestly made the biggest difference for me personally, when we've been through so much burnout for an extended period, and our body goes through the hormonal upheavals of menopause, our nervous system can get stuck on too much activation and going too fast. Basically, your body is running a stress response, a low-level stress response, almost constantly. Not a full-blown red alarm emergency, but a constant, low-level, consistent hum that never actually stops running and turns off. And in that state, deep restorative rest is actually physiologically impossible. Your body doesn't fully feel that it's safe and it's okay to shut down. So even when you're resting, when you're sleeping, you're not getting a full restorative rest because your body is still on a constant state of alert and activation. So even when you're sleeping, you may never be dropping into those deep stages of sleep where your body actually restores itself. This is why you wake up tired every day. This is why holidays don't restore you the way they used to do. This isn't a character flaw. This is a nervous system that has been carrying and doing too much for too long. The practices that we're going to be, or the latest wellness trend, they are scientifically evidence-based ways of communicating safety to your nervous system, of helping your body remember it is allowed to rest. You are safe here. So if you've spent months or even years wondering why you're so exhausted, I hope this gives you something more useful than another sleep tip. I hope it gives you compassion for yourself. You haven't been failing at rest. You're trying to fill an ocean with a teaspoon without even knowing how deep the ocean is. You're not too old to feel well. You're not past the point of restoration. You're a woman in the middle of a significant life transition, and you deserve support that meets you exactly where you are in this moment. That's what we're going to build here together. Next week, I'm going to share a brief restorative practice. It's slow. It'll help you get rest. It's one of my favorites to help me unwind at night. I would love if you would practice with me. If this video has resonated with you today, please subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, leave me a comment below. Tell me, which of the 4 phases of exhaustion hit the closest for you? I read every single comment to hear from you. Take care of yourself this week. You deserve it.